it's the end of the year again. Not sure how that happened, but it's a great opportunity to reflect on the year I just had and whether or not I liked it. So the short answer is yes. I think it was a good year. I took some risks and pushed myself above and beyond, but it was all for the best. This year also didn't come without challenges and things that maybe didn't lead to great results, but we grow and learn from them. So grab a coffee and let's chat. Before we deep dive, I got a big announcement. As you may have seen in the intro, Super Peer will be sponsoring all my upcoming videos, which I'm super excited about because I actually teach design on this platform. You can book portfolio reviews and private sessions with me using the link down below. And if you want to become a mentor, all you need to do is sign up for Super Peer and they will handle everything for you, like payments and stuff, which is such a relief for me because I actually hate dealing with that kind of stuff. They are also bringing in new features in 2023, which I'm super excited about, so be sure to check out this tool. Once again, thanks Super Peer for sponsoring this video. So this year I finally became a house owner. I actually left Brighton and bought a 4-bed house in a smaller town just because it was a lot cheaper. If you're a long-term subscriber, you're probably sick of hearing this story, but if you're new here, you can watch this video here to see what my office looked like when I just moved in. Spoiler alert, it wasn't that great. I've been living on my own for about 7 years now, and I changed flats like 5 times in total, 1 in Milan and 4 in Brighton, so an average of 1 flat a year, which made me almost a nomad, I guess. I definitely don't miss my old flat, but when we decided to leave Brighton for good, one thing I was really afraid of was becoming bored by living in a small town. Obviously, we missed Brighton dearly. We were pretty much in love with the area we were living in, which is Hove. So long story short, I was afraid of getting bored and feeling lonely, but I was flipping wrong. I not only see my friends and make regular trips to Brighton like a few times a week, but I've also made a new set of friends with my neighborhoods, which is lovely. So far, I haven't seen any disadvantages of buying versus renting. For sure, there is more pressure to earn enough to cover the mortgage and bills, but I don't want to let this fact add unnecessary pressure to my job and work-life balance, if that makes sense. There's no such a thing as job security, and we saw that clearly this year. And speaking about that, a few months after moving into my new home, I got a job offer at Meta. Honestly, I've been looking for a new job for a hot minute, but I had to hold back while all the paperwork for the new house was happening. I don't think I would have been able to get a mortgage while starting a new job, and I wasn't in a rush, to be honest. Now, money should not be the main reason for choosing a certain career path or job. Money should never be the goal, but like a tool that can open many doors. At least this is how I see it. And actually, I did not choose my current job because of the salary, but it definitely influenced my decision when it came down to choosing between this job and others. Now, let's talk numbers. The first time I changed jobs in product design, I got a 32% salary increase, which is really good in my opinion, but when I got this new job, my salary increased by 105%. To be fair, I got a few other job offers for a mid-level position, and there was a lot of discrepancy between salaries, like it literally makes no sense. And this really got me thinking about how confusing it can be for both companies and candidates to figure out what the salary trends are for product designers. That's why you should always do your research, but this is all I have to say salary-wise. My lifestyle hasn't changed at all, though I'm more comfortable with my finances and saving goals, and it feels good. Okay, let's change the topic. Another aspect of my life that has changed this year has to do with my mental and physical health. So I've been struggling with an eating disorder since I was a teenager, hence I did a lot of therapy throughout the years, which has worked really well. For me, I'm actually in a much better place with my mental health. Then last December, I also solved all my health problems related with being underweight, like I had amenorrhea, reflux, iron deficit, and a few more I can't even remember. But all I know is that therapy helped a lot, and now that I have a healthier mind and body, I'm also more motivated and excited to work on my business, travel, learn new things, and just live life again, and it feels good. Now let's go back to the business side of things. This year I decided to stop hustling hard. I'm no longer prioritizing my side projects, which were my focus in 2020 and 2021, and back then my goal was to grow my online presence by creating as much content as I could possibly fit into my calendar, but I did not do that this year. I actually took a step back from side projects over the summer to kind of have a little chit chat with myself to really plan out how to move forward. And what I learned from this experience is that I actually want to be a creator. I love creating content, but I'm not gonna put pressure on myself this time. I'm just gonna take it slow and be more selective with my projects, and also more conscious of how much time I spend on them as well. I guess the word I'm looking for is I want to live a more intentional life, as opposed to focusing only on one aspect of my life, which is my career, if that makes sense at all. And lastly, I don't necessarily see this as a failure. First of all, these are my feelings at the minute, but they might change in the future, and I can always go back to my side projects, if I really want to. And second, I still get great results by spending as little as 4 hours a week on side projects. Nothing wrong with hustling all the time. If that's something you enjoy and it feels you, just go for it. I think everyone should have at least one side project because it's fun and exciting, and I'm having fun right now. This year I also went all in books and audiobooks. Last December I set the unrealistic goal of hitting the 50 books milestone, and I didn't even get closer to that number. I actually missed the mark by 50%, but I generally do love reading and listening to books when I'm on the go or before bed. I also run a lot with my dear friend Audible. I think listening to book is a great way to combine movement with entertainment. So many people told me they don't run because it's kind of boring and not as fun as the gym or sports. But honestly, if I didn't have an audiobook, podcast or music plugged in my ears, I will agree with them. Sorry, runners. In terms of genre, I'm leaning more towards romance and non-fiction. I'm actually extremely selective with my books, and I don't like most genre. I've also stopped reading books about my job or career. I've read literally every single UX design book on the planet, and to be fair, I just want to keep reading as a hobby, something to help me unwind after work, as opposed to another thing to turn into content or to remind me about my job. Like, no thanks. So I want to stick to this habit next year because it's fun. I'm learning new things as well. If you're curious about what books I read this year, you can find me on Goodreads. Let me grab my laptop. So this year I gave 5 stars only to 5 books, which are Shoe Dog, a memoir by the creator of Nike, Bad Blood, which is the story of Elizabeth Holmes and Theranos. This is Vegan Propaganda by Ed Winters, Money Mastered the Game by Tony Robbins, and What We Don't Talk About When We Talk About Fat. So I guess those were my favorites, but I gave 3 and 4 stars to many others, so I pretty much enjoyed all my books this year. Last but not least, this year I learned something new about myself, which is that I'm a very ambitious person. I'm always looking for the next big thing, and as a result, I never appreciate or recognize my personal and professional achievements. So this year I started to really thank myself more for the hard work I'm putting out and kind of lean into gratitude a little bit more, if that makes sense. I still have goals and dreams that I'm working towards, but I'm not rushing into them. I am already enough. If you made it this far in this video, thank you so much for your support. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. I'm super excited to bring more videos to the channel next year with the support of Super Peer, so check out Super Peer down below or watch one of my videos. Ciao!